Pro Tour, Eldritch Moon, day one, winners and losers, what decks are hot, what cards are hot, what's not. Welcome in, much love, Trav here. First, why do we care? Because it's fun. The Pro Tour is like the ultimate of Magic, and also for any of us, I have players there, and I'm following, I've got friends there, and for any of us playing in Standard coming up, it's good to know, you know, get a finger on the pulse of the format. Second question, so that's why we care. It's just a cool thing. Second reason, Trav, are you trying to get back to the Pro Tour? What's going on? Nah, I mean, if you follow my Snapchat, Travis Dewu, you'll get a sense of my lifestyle right now. Grinding just doesn't fit with it. That was a bucket list thing, and I encourage people to chase that if that's what they want. But for me, it's just cool to follow from afar and to help players. But I don't really want to go to a bunch of tournaments. And for me personally, at this stage in my life, all right, let's get into what's hot, what's not. So, first of all, Bant Company, day one, Bant Company, 20% of the meta. I do see it at the Undefeated, so Bant Company is a thing. However, 20% is low. I know a lot of people thought it would be played by more. It turns out that other people came up with decks they think can beat Bant Company. Also, it's underrepresented because anyone who hasn't been playing Bant Company was not going to play Bant Company at this Pro Tour. My buddy Sean Pottinger, who came on here and had the Liliana price tip, said, okay, even if Bant Company's the best deck, I'm not going to play it because I have no experience with it. I don't want to go into mirror matches with it. I'm not going to play it. So that's why it's less than you would expect. If you've been practicing for a Grand Prix or something like that, I would still recommend Bant Company, you know, especially if it's next week. But there's other decks that can compete. So let's talk about what can compete. So the first thing and the number one, we already talked about Liliana and a lot of Delirium decks. That seems to be big. Number one big winner that we see is Emrakul, the Promised End. A lot of people hated on this card when it came out, but it's the fucking boss. It's awesome. It's in a lot of different Delirium decks, a lot of different ramp decks. Card looks like hot shit. Why? It's just huge, and taking their turn is game ending, and people were playing it for 7 mana. 7 mana, what is it, 13 flying, and you control their, it's just crazy. Mindslaver was 10 mana and people played it. It didn't come with the 13 flyer. Is that the size? 11? It's fucking huge, man. Also big winner is Kozilek's Return. You cast Elder Deep Fiend, which is another winner, or Emrakul. You flashback Kozilek's Return from your graveyard, wipe their board too. That's just crazy. Now, I say Kozilek's Return's a big winner because it's showing up in red-green ramp, it's showing up in Tamir Emerge, it's showing up in Sultai decks that don't even have red mana. You dredge with Gather the Pack, Grapple the Past, Vessel of Nascency, Jace, etc., and get into your graveyard and just flash it back. Wipe the board. With an Emrakul for 7 mana, it's crazy, crazy powerful effect. That's a way to beat Bant, a way to beat Spell Queller. Ishkanah is a winner, 5-drop, Spider. No surprises on that. That's a good way to get over Spell Queller. What else? Prized Amalgam's a big winner. People are saying Crypt Breaker's the new Pack Rats, which is definitely hyperbole, but the blue-black zombie deck looks to be real, is doing well. Elder Deep Fiend is a part of that. Ramp decks, Delirium decks. Those are, I mean, that's it. There aren't necessarily a ton of surprises other than there's a little bit less Bant than a lot of people expected, but again, it's the Pro Tour. People are going to play different things and get solutions and not play the deck that everybody's targeting. Emrakul is doing fucking amazing with Kozilek's Return backup. Zombies, Prized Amalgam, Crypt Breaker seems to be doing well. Different Delirium decks and control decks with Liliana are doing well, and ramp stuff with Ishkanah. And so what's not doing well, what's not hot, it's harder to see this because it's what you would expect to see but is not there. One of these cards is Grim Flare. You'd think that the Delirium decks would be playing Grim Flare, black-green Mythic. That was my pick. No one's playing, I'm sure some people are playing it, but we're not really seeing that in the Delirium decks. 4/4 is not great against Sylvan Advocate. 2/2 is not great against Sylvan Advocate, and 4/4 is not great against Languish or Kozilek's Return, so not a lot of Grim Flare. If it's too late for you to get rid of those, get rid of them, but this also is not about speculation, it's about what to play. And it's about just fun following it. So if you enjoy this, let me know what you think. I'll probably will follow up with it day 2. Pro Tour comes around only 3-4 three times a year plus the world champs now, so it's fun to cover. Just a little bit. I keep my eye on it, keep my pulse on the format. I've got players there, still try to influence it. We have Bat Company in the mastermind, obviously. We actually have Tamir emerge in the mastermind. We also have, not with Emrakul, we somewhat missed that. Also we have Kozilek's return decks without red mana. So we had a lot of this stuff working on it, and it's cool to see what wins and what doesn't win, and some of this stuff represented, some of it not. So yeah, anything else you noticed? We also had the zombie deck, obviously. Anything else you noticed, hot or not hot? Add it below. Let me know what you think. Speak with you soon. Leave a comment. And let me know what other trends you see, what other things are missing. Interested to hear your feedback. Much love. Take action. Speak with you soon.